Hi everyone, and welcome to this webinar today about scale and scheduling tools, all you need to know. So you might be aware that recently we've now added scale and scheduling tools completely free of charge onto your account. This used to be a paid add-on, but because we felt with the current pandemic, we felt like we wanted to offer a bit more value to our users. So now we've added this onto your account completely free of charge. There's nothing you need to do to add it on. It should automatically be there. So I'm going to show you today how all of that works. But before we get started, what I want to do is ask for a bit of feedback. So I'm going to ask for this poll. So what I would like to know is, do you currently have a backlog of interim visit reports to do because of the COVID-19 pandemic? So we've heard some feedback from some of our users that because of COVID-19, they've not been able to visit the property to do their interim visits. So the scale and scheduling tools means that you'll be able to do that and potentially clear the backlog of those interim visit reports that you need to do. So I'm just intrigued to know, have you currently got a backlog? Yes or no? If you could just answer that question, that'd be great. I'll give you a few more seconds. And yeah, so hopefully the scale and scheduling tools will help you sort those out today. So in this webinar today, I'm going to show you how you can create multiple check-in inventories, interim visits, and checkout reports in one go. Also, another benefit of the scale and scheduling tools is that you can serve important pre-arrival documents on scale within your template setup. You can track the progress of your reports in one go. You can assign multiple reports to users in one go. And also, I'll show you how you can schedule reports to email out at scale on predefined dates in the future. So it's a really simple tool to use, and hopefully the benefits, this free benefit for you now, will help you go forward. So first thing I'm going to start with is how to create multiple check-in inventories, interim visits, and checkout reports in one go. So I'm just going to head back to my Inventory Hive account here. So at the top here in the tools section, it used to say just maintenance management. Now you'll have batch report creation and report scheduler. So to create reports en masse, you'll need to go to batch report creation. So that will take to our batch report creation page. So I got my words muddled up then. And then it will list out all of the properties and tenants on your account. So in this case, you can select the tenants you want to create reports for. So if you want to create, say, a number of check-in inventories in one go, you can do that. So you just select the tenants you want to create the check-in inventories for. It won't complete off the reports, it will just create them in a draft state. So you can still go into them and edit them like normal. So just select the tenants you want to create the reports for. So the tenant's called Jane, and it will search, it will bring up all of those tenants here, or you can just search by address as well. So use the search icons, and you can use this, the date filter as well. So if I want to select a couple of tenants today to create reports for, so I've just selected these 4 tenants, then at the bottom, it will say set up reports. So I'm just going to click that there, and then choose the type of report you want to set up today. So you might have heard on Inventory Hive, we've got something called self-inspect virtual visits. So this is ideal if you want to push out the self-inspect virtual visit and clear off the backlog of interim visits you've got. There is a separate webinar about that, so do have a look at that on our webinar channel. But yeah, so that is something you can push out in one go as well. But example today, I'm going to say, right, I want to create an inventory report for those 4 tenants I've selected. You can choose the template you want, so you can create a fresh report using the target properties template. You can use it from an existing report, a master report, or create based on a new template. So choose whatever you like. So in this example here, I'm going to create a report using the target properties template. And then when I click Save and Next, you can assign it to users, but I'll cover that off later on. Then when I click Save and Next, Inventory Hive will then insert those inventory reports into those tenants at that property. So rather than going into each property and tenant and creating reports one by one, you can create the reports en masse here. So there's no limit on the number of reports you can create. You can create thousands of reports in one go if you wish, in one go. So nice and easy. So once that's been done, you just click done and head back to the properties report section. So if I just find the tenants I've created the reports for, so whereabouts are they? I think I created one for Jane. Yeah, I have. So as you can see here, a check-in inventory has been inserted for Jane. I want to click continue report. Everything's there. So you can go to the property and record the condition cleanliness accordingly. So nice and simple. That's the quickest way to insert reports en masse to specific tenants. The next thing I'm going to show you today is how to serve important pre-arrival documents on scale from your template setup. So I've got let me just jump back 1 second. So at the top here, I've got a master inventory report setup. So if you want to learn more about how to create master reports, head over to our support section here and search master reports, and there'll be a short support article which will tell you everything you need to know about that. So do have a look at that. So in this master template I've created here, I've got documents, some pre-arrival documents I've already got set up. So these are, say, common pre-arrival documents you might serve to the tenant in one go, such as, say, the how to rent guide, emergency contact info, a tenant pack, or fire evacuation guide. So I've already got these documents attached to my master report ready. So what that means is when you create reports en masse, like I'm going to show you now, so I'm just going to go to the tools section and batch report creation. This means you can create reports en masse using that master template, and that means you can serve those important pre-arrival documents on scale within the template you select. So it means you don't have to attach those documents every time you create a report, where you can just choose that master template. So I'm going to choose, say, Joe Bloggs and John Smith and John Jones as my tenants today, and I'm going to click Set Up Reports. I'm going to do a check-in inventory this time, and then I'm going to choose from that master inventory where I've got those documents set up to. So I'm going to choose that master template there, and then when I click Save and Next, again, Inventory Hive will insert those reports in a draft state. So they're inserted now, and when I click Done, if I go back to the Properties and Reports page and find those tenants, so if I search for Joe Bloggs again, where are you, Joe? There we go. So as you can see, that inventory has been added in, and when I click Continue Report, those documents have already been added in straight away. So this is the quickest way where you can serve pre-arrival documents en masse to multiple tenants in one go. So really simple. So I would recommend using that tool. The next thing I'm going to show you is how you can track the progress of your reports in one go. So let me just head back to my Inventory Hive account again. If I go to batch report creation, oh, sorry, the wrong screen. On this case, you need to go to report scheduler. So this will show all of the reports that are currently on your account. And on the right-hand side here, you can track the progress of them. So in this case here, that check-in inventory I created for Joe Bloggs, it's currently in a draft state. It was created today. The rooms and spaces haven't been completed, but the tenant's details have, and the signatures and approvals haven't. So you can track the progress of all of these reports here. So when they've got a tick next to them, that means those relevant steps have been completed. But if you want to make edits to those, you'll see here there's an actions, and you can click on edit. So when you click on edit, it will take you directly to that report. So you can then update the rooms and spaces, so you can quickly record the condition cleanliness, take your photographs, and once all that's been done, you can confirm they have been inspected. So that's now been updated, and when I click done, you'll notice the cross here will go to a tick. As you can see there, it's gone to a tick. So this is where you can track the progress of your reports. So if you've assigned reports to specific users, you can track how they're getting on and whether they've been submitted to the tenant or not. So again, as you can see here, the signatures and approvals section has not been completed. So again, you can edit that, go to signatures and approvals and complete that off. So my name, property visit date and a signature. And when I click done, again, the tick will appear. So it will instantly track the live progress of your specific reports. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to assign multiple reports to users in one go. So if you've got a number of colleagues on the account, that means if you can create reports for them and assign it to that specific user. So that means if that user logs in, they can see which reports they need to do. And rather than assigning reports one by one, you can assign it to specific users in one go. So I'm going to show you how to do that now. So to do that, again, you go to the batch report creation tool here. It will load up the page. And again, select the tenants you want to create the reports for. So I'm going to click Jane Higginson, Jane Webb, and John Ashman. So let's say if I've got a user on my account that I want to assign these reports to. So when I click set up reports, again, choose the type of report you want to do, choose the template you want to do, like I've shown you before, but this time you can then assign this report to a specific user. So instead of assigning it to myself, I'm going to assign it to my colleague, Alex, in this case. So that means when I've assigned it to Alex, and when I click save and next, those reports will get created and be assigned to Alex. So that means when Alex logs into his account, he can then have a look in the properties and reports section and filter on the reports he needs to do. So on the left-hand side here, it will say assign to user. So if I search Alex, it will bring up all the reports that Alex needs to do. So he knows that he needs to do that interim report here and the same here. Sorry if there's a few examples here, but I was just testing it out earlier, but you can clearly see, so Alex knows which reports he needs to do. And you can assign those en masse in basically in a click of a button. So nice and easy to do. The last thing I'm going to do is probably our most, this is kind of showing off now about how the scale and scheduling tools work. So you can schedule reports to email out at scale at a predefined date in the future. So I'm going to show you how to do that now. So what you do is you go to the batch report creation and you create your reports en masse like I've already shown you. So I've created a number of reports today. So in this case, I'm going to create the self-inspect virtual visit one. So I'm just going to select those now. I'm going to click the tenants I want to create those reports for. And when I click set up tenancy, set up report, I'm going to choose the interim report today. I'm going to clone it from a master in this case, and then I'm going to select from a self-inspect virtual visit master. So when I click save and next, it will insert those reports like I've shown you a couple of times already. But now they've been inserted, let's say I want to schedule these reports to go out at a specific date and time in the future. So to do that, you go to the report scheduler tool. And then what I can then search is the reports I've just created. So I'm going to search on the reports I've just created. So these are the 4 tenants I've got here. If you click on the created tab here, it will throw the most recent reports created to the top of the list. So let's say if I want to schedule reports to go out in a specific tenants now. So I'm going to select those reports for those tenants. Then at the bottom, it will say you've selected 4 reports and you can submit it out through the inventory sign process. But there are some other options you can choose, like you can send email reminders out, you can submit it immediately and complete it off and email it to the tenant. So there's loads of options you want to do. But in this case, I'm going to submit it through the inventory sign through the paperless process. So once I've selected that option and you click apply, you can then give this batch of reports a description. So in this case, I'm going to call it self-inspect batch 1. Or in this case, I can say self-inspect January batch. Then you can submit the report straight away. So it will ask you, would you like to schedule this action for a specific time? So if you tick no, the reports above will be processed immediately. So it will send out to the tenants immediately, so straight away. But if you tick yes, you can then select a specific date and time in the future when you want these reports to go out. So let's say I want these reports to be sent out to the tenant on Friday the 29th at 1 p.m. So if that's what you want, you can schedule it then. And when you click done, the reports will get scheduled and they'll be processed on the 29th of January at 1 p.m. The user of the account will also get an email confirmation detailing this action. So you will also get a just a confirmation email basically. So if I refresh this page now, on the left-hand side here, you'll have a schedule section. So if you click there, it will show you all the reports that are due or scheduled to go out at a specific time. So I've got some reports going out tomorrow, on the 22nd at 10:30, and some more reports going out on the 29th at 1 p.m. And it lists out those reports there. So if you made a mistake and you want to cancel that schedule, just click here and cancel the schedule, and it will cancel that batch. And if you want to redo it again, you can do. So this is where you can track the schedule of your report. So again, nice and easy, really easy to follow. And if you've got any questions, just get in touch. So yeah, that's how you can schedule reports to go out in the future en masse. That pretty much concludes the benefits of the scale and scheduling tools and all you need to know about it today. If you've got any more questions, just get in touch with us. Do keep an eye on our social channels. So give us a like on Facebook, subscribe us to YouTube, Twitter, and also on LinkedIn as well. We're really active on these social channels, so do have a look at those. I usually post out quite a lot of content throughout the week, so do keep an eye on those. And if you've got any further questions about this webinar today, drop us an email at support@propertyreporting.co.uk and we'll respond back straight away on any questions you've got. So yeah, we look forward to hearing any questions you've got. And thanks again for watching today's webinar. Cheers, guys.